Hi guys, welcome to Danny's Reading Corner. I'm really excited to have you guys here with me because I'm going to be talking about books that I love, books that I think you should love, books that I feel like aren't really given a chance, or they are, but like they haven't really been given a good rep maybe. I'm going to be talking to you guys about all things books and books that I just feel like are worthy of talking about. And as we're entering a new decade of 2020 and all of that, I just want to encourage you guys to pick up a book, to immerse yourselves in new worlds or literary worlds, and to just really soak in all the good words and the new places and the fiction, the non-fiction, all of this stuff. I want you to pick it apart and just read it and just really become a bookworm, basically. Yeah, become a bookworm, guys. So I'm going to get started on my first book, which is, I love it, guys, Exit West by Mateen Hamid. Guys, this book is so beautiful. Like, I almost have no words because it's just so incredible. Originally, I was given this book, shout out to Fola, who works at Penguin, thanks. I was given this book by Fola, and I kind of just left it alone for a really long time, and I'm not sure why. I think it might be down to the fact that I sometimes have this thing where if a book is like under 300 words, I'm like, not words, pages, I'm like, maybe it lacks a bit of depth because it's so short, which is so like not true at all. And also, have I written a book that's even like over 200 pages to be saying stuff like this? Like, sometimes I'm just wild. But yeah, so I kind of left it alone until I had nothing to read, and that always like makes me feel like, oh, what's going on, Danny? Read something. So I picked this book up, and I was honestly blown away by its depth, by its crisp storytelling, by the plot, by the new like way of, yeah, everything was just, it was just beautiful. If I were to have like a word or two to sum up the book, I would definitely say it's a beautifully abrupt book. And by beautifully abrupt, I kind of mean that the book just started. As a creative writer, the more I've begun to write for myself and the more I read, I've noticed that a lot of authors do this thing where they just like to waffle and not get to the point because they're trying to convince the reader to read it, and they're trying to like buy us over. But actually, this author was so like, no, I know what I'm writing about. I know like what story I'm telling. It was just so precise in that sense. So I opened the first page and I was instantly just like in the book, and that's something that literally blew my mind. So by like page 10, I had to stop and I was like, what is going on? Like, where the hell am I? Like, am I still in this country? What's like, is so-and-so there with me? Like, it was just really amazing. And that's what I really appreciated as well. So the plot is two young lovers in a Middle Eastern part of the world. The book doesn't actually specify what country it is in. No, it doesn't. So it's just a Middle Eastern part of the world. These two young lovers are kind of like coming together, finding out their own groove. And unfortunately their country like is now going through war, which is really annoying and just terrible. But as young people, they have to make a decision, and they decide to leave the country and to, you know, try and start a better life for themselves because they're so young still. In this storytelling, we kind of see that with the use of magical realism, which is just amazing, we see how they like transport to different worlds and different like ways of living, and it's just so incredible. I'm not gonna spoil or like, I don't know, tell you guys the entire plot of it because I want you guys to read it. But yeah, this is such an incredible book, guys. It's also 228 pages, so you can do this in like literally 3 hours if you're a really fast reader. And if not, which is absolutely fine because everybody goes at their own pace, you can do this in like maybe 3 days. Like, honestly, it is so thin, so thin. So I'm really encouraging you guys to read this book because it's just so beautiful. Also, I don't know if you're going to be able to say this, but every time when I'm reading a book, I see something that is just so captivating and it really just stops me in my tracks because it's just so beautiful. I always like highlight it, or if I think the book is so beautiful, I just like curl the pages above, so I can make reference to it like when I'm rereading it or something like that. But I did it for this book, and like every other page is like turn, because it's just so beautiful and just so powerful. And in this short in this short time that this author's like put the book together, 228 pages, like it's incredible, guys. So I'm really encouraging you guys to read this book. Hopefully someone who comments on this segment, or someone who has a really cool book that they want me to talk about, will be getting this book. So guys, stay tuned and happy reading.